Hi, I'm Sarah with Missouri Star, and today we're going to be knitting the all angles scarf. This is a fantastic, advanced, adventurous beginner project. You don't need to know how to purl. It's all knit stitches, but we're going to be changing what looks like the direction of the knitting. So you can see in the scarf these fantastic stripes that are happening in different directions. But you're only ever just going to be knitting. We're going to do a little bit of decreasing. We're going to do a little bit of increasing, but it's super simple and you're going to have so much fun with this. The combination of this pattern and the yarn is going to have everybody that sees you making this scarf oohing and eyeing. So let's talk about what you're going to need for this project. We are using the jewel spun yarn from Sirdar, and this is a big ball of yarn. There's over 500 yards in each one of these balls. Let's see, I can tell you exactly how many yards there are. There's 546 yards of yarn in here. This is a worsted weight. It's a number 4 medium. This is also 100% acrylic, so it's completely washable and dryable, and it has all of these gorgeous colors all in the yarn itself. You never have to change colors. So all those fantastic different colors that you see happening there, all the different colors that you see happening here, it's all the yarn. You don't do any of that work. The yarn does the work for you. So that's our yarn. And we have, I think, 16 different colors of this yarn. So there's lots for you to choose from. You are going to need US size 7 4.5 millimeter knitting needles. Now you have a choice with this project. You can go with the single point needles. Those are straight needles that have the little stoppers on the ends. Or you could use a circular needle, whichever type of needle is most comfortable for you. It's not a very wide project, so you don't have to have anything super long. You could use 24-inch circular needle or whatever circular needle you want, or again, those single point needles. We will need scissors. You'll want to tape measure to make sure that you get the scarf as long as you want it. Tapestry needles for weaving in ends when you're finished. And you might want stitch markers just to help yourself along. So those are the materials that we need for this. Let's get started. It is a super simple start. We're going to cast on only 2 stitches. Actually, let me bring this scarf over here and I'll show you where we start. We actually start down here in the corner, way down here in the corner at this point. And we're going to increase to create this first triangle. That's how wide our scarf is. So one side of that triangle becomes the bottom edge of our scarf. Then we're going to work these stitches here to create this bigger triangle. Then we'll work these stitches here to create this next triangle. And we keep going and going until we get to the end. So all of that starts with just 2 stitches. So I'm going to do my typical long tail cast on, just 2 stitches. That's it. And then I'm just making sure that I leave enough tail that I can weave this in later. And then we get into creating our beginning triangle. So in that very first stitch, we're going to do an increase. And this increase is a KFB. You'll see that term in your pattern. It means knit front and back. So we're going to knit this stitch just as normal, but we're not going to drop it off the left-hand needle. We're going to swing around to the back and knit through the back of the same stitch so that we've taken 1 stitch and turned it into 2. Then we have 1 stitch left on our left-hand needle. We're going to knit that stitch as well. Now we have 3 stitches. And we turn. We're going to repeat that process. So that first stitch, we're going to knit front and back. So we knit into the front, swing around to the back, knit into the back of that stitch, bring it through, and then we drop that stitch off. Then we have 2 stitches left. I'll show you that one more time. Here we are at the beginning of the row. I'm going to knit into the front of the stitch. Then I'm going to swing around and knit through the back of the same stitch, turning that 1 stitch into 2 stitches. and then knit to the end of the row. And that's it. That's what you're doing every row for this beginning triangle of the scarf. You're going to keep doing that until you have 44 stitches on your needle. So go ahead and work that beginning triangle till you have 44 stitches on your needles, and then meet me back here for the next triangle. Did you have fun making that beginning triangle? It's pretty simple and it really goes quick once you get going. Now I'm just working on a little sample, but here's my little beginner triangle. And you can see that's the corner where we started. And I've made this little triangle. So this would be the bottom edge of my scarf. And we're at a nice 90-degree angle here with our stitches. So now we're going to start to build the first main triangle, which actually goes back and forth this way. It's really kind of magical. So what we're going to do is we're going to start the same way that we've been working. We're going to knit front and back on the first stitch. That's our increase. Then we're going to do a decrease. And we're going to do a slip, slip knit. So we're going to slip the first stitch as if we were going to knit it, but slide it onto the right hand needle. Slip the second stitch as if you were going to knit it, but it goes right over to the right hand needle. Then we're going to take our left needle and come back through the front of those two stitches. See that? So now our right hand needle is behind the work, and then we're going to knit those two stitches together. Okay? Then you're going to turn the work. Wait, Sarah, you didn't finish the rest of the stitches on the needle. I know, it's okay. We're going to do something called short rows in this project. So we're going to work a couple stitches, then we'll go back. We'll work a couple more stitches, then we'll go back. So we're going to go one stitch further every time we turn the work back over to the right side. So we're just going to knit back across those 3 stitches that we made. And then here we are, ready to start again. We're going to knit front and back. And then I'm going to pause and show you something in your work. So if I stretch these stitches out, do you see that gap? You can see right through the work. That's where we stopped and turned last time. And these are the stitches that we haven't worked yet. So we just did our knit front and back. We've got 2 stitches before that big gap, and this gap is big and it's easy to find. Don't worry that it'll hide on you. You will be able to find it. We're going to knit until there's only 1 stitch left before the gap. And here at the beginning, it's easy. There's that 1 stitch. Now we're going to do that slip, slip knit with this stitch and the next stitch from the stitches we haven't worked yet. So slip as if to knit, slip as if to knit. The left hand needle comes through the front of both of those stitches, and then we knit those together. Then we turn the work and work back to the end. And that is what we are doing in this main triangle. We turn the work again. We're ready to start with the knit front and back. Knit front, knit back. Then I'm going to just stretch the work out to make sure, oh yeah, there's that big gap waiting for me, that big pothole in my work. So I'm going to knit until I have 1 stitch left before that big pothole. There we are. And then I'm going to do that slip, slip knit to close that pothole, which then creates the next pothole. And then I'm ready to turn the work and go back. So that's the 2 rows in your main triangle. You're going to go ahead and work those until all of your stitches are back on 1 needle with no gap in the middle. So go ahead and work that main triangle and meet me back here when you are at the end and ready to start the next main triangle. So you've just finished your first main triangle. You're ending on a row 7 in your pattern. So we're not going to work our way back across all of the stitches. When you are looking at your work, when you're ready to start the second main triangle, you should be, if you're looking at the previous triangle that you made, you should be at the short side of it. So the long side of the triangle is over here, and it comes to the point, and that's where you're ready to start the next main triangle, because it's going to slot right in here. So remember that, because if you were up here and ready to start your next triangle, you'd be in the wrong spot. So the second main triangle, same as the first. Knit 1 front and back, and then slip, slip, knit. Knit those 2 together. You've got 3 stitches, turn your work, knit all the way back across those stitches, turn your work, don't let your yarn get tangled up on your needle, knit 1 front and back, knit until there's 1 stitch left before the gap. There's that big gap. Slip, slip, knit. Turn your work, work your way back across. So every main triangle is exactly the same. You've already made one. You know what you're doing. You can go ahead and make the remaining main triangles. You're going to make 10 of them all together. So you'll have your beginning triangle, and then you'll have 10 main triangles to make up the length of your scarf. Let me bring this finished scarf in over here so you can see that. There's that beginner triangle that we started with, then our first main triangle, our second main triangle, our third, and so on. So go ahead and work all those main triangles, and then you're going to meet me back here so we can make the closing triangle, which will square up the other end of our scarf. So here we are, just going to pretend that I have 10 main triangles. We both know that I don't, but that's because I'm just doing this little sample to work along with you. But when you have 10 main triangles, you're ready to close out your scarf. So let's look at this for a second. So we have our beginner triangle, main triangle, main triangle. You'll have 8 more of those main triangles. So now we have to take this space here and square it out to finish off our scarf. You could just bind off and have a pointy end if you wanted to, but man, I like the symmetry of having 2 square ends on a scarf. So how do we do that? Our closing triangle is worked just like a main triangle for the first half of it. So knit front and back, slip, slip, knit, work your way back across those 2 stitches. Sorry, 3 stitches. We turned 2 stitches into 3 stitches. Then knit front and back, knit until there's 1 stitch left before the gap, slip, slip, knit. You're going to keep doing that until right here, until you have 22 stitches on each needle. So remember, we started with 44 when we finished that beginner triangle. We had 44 stitches on our needles. When we have 22 stitches on each needle at this point is when we will switch. So I'm going to work until I am halfway through the stitches on my needles. You work until you've got 22 stitches on each of your needles, and then meet me back here. All right, so you've repeated row 7 of your pattern, and now you've got an even number of stitches on each needle. You should have 22 on each needle. And you're going to repeat row 8, which is just working back across the stitches you just worked until all of your stitches are back on one needle. So this is where we change things a little bit. Now, instead of doing that increase at the beginning of this row, that knit 1 front and back, we're going to do a decrease. So we're going to knit 2 together. This stitch and this stitch, we're going to knit together as if they are 1 stitch. And then the rest of this will feel familiar. You're going to knit to 1 stitch before that gap, and then slip, slip, knit. Then turn the work, knit your way back, and then we'll repeat that again. So we're going to knit these first 2 stitches together, knit to 1 stitch before the gap, slip, slip, knit, turn, work your way back. So you're just going to keep going that way. working your knit two together, work to one stitch before the gap, and then slip, slip, knit, and work those two together. And you're going to keep going that way until you have, oh, I dropped a stitch. I'm just going to pick it back up. No worries. You're going to keep going that way until you have 4 stitches left. Essentially 2 stitches on each side of the gap. So go ahead and work until you're at that point, and then join me back here to finish up this closing triangle. So when you're down to those last 4 stitches, you can't really do a knit two together and then a slip, slip, knit across the gap, because the gap is between the 4 stitches. So what we're going to do is knit the first 2 together and then slip, slip, knit the last 2. And that does help to close up our gap. That leaves us with just 2 stitches. Turn the work, knit those 2 stitches together, and we are done. I caught just a little thread there. I'm going to release. So at this point, you're ready to cut your yarn, pull up a loop, and pull your tail through that loop to finish off that last stitch so it doesn't unravel. And I know this is a teeny, teeny, tiny version of our scarf, but that's it. And you can see that it's square on both ends. So that's the beginner triangle that we started with. We made 2 main triangles here together, and then that's our closing triangle that finishes it all off nice and square. So then all you need to do is weave in your ends, which is easy peasy because this is garter stitch. So because we knit every row, there is so much to the fabric that we just created that it's pretty easy to weave these tails in and hide them. So I like to travel up the side a little bit. There we go. And then I'm just gonna wander my way back and forth through this knit fabric that we've just created. There's really no wrong way to do this in garter stitch because there's just so much to this fabric. You want to work about 1 inch of your tail back into the body of your work. Then you can clip that, give the fabric a little wiggle so it settles in. You'd never know there was a tail there. You do the same thing on the other end. Great thing about this project, only 2 tails to weave in. And you will have a little bit of yarn left over at the end. Not a lot, probably just a little ball yarn. And you may want to hold on to that and make fringe or tassels or pom-poms to use for another project. But that is the all angle scarf. Now, because this is 100% acrylic, you don't really need to block this. You can if you want to. You can give it a wet block, you can give it a steam block, but you don't really need to. It is ready to wear as soon as you finish weaving in your ends. And that's it. That's the all angle scarf. I hope that you have enjoyed knitting this project with me. I hope that you'll join us for more knitting and crochet tutorials in the future. Remember that you can pick up a kit and all of the supplies in the links below. And I will see you for our next tutorial. Happy knitting! Thanks so much for stitching along with us on this Missouri Star yarn loving tutorial. If you haven't yet, you want to click that bell and subscribe and become part of the Missouri Star family and make sure that you never miss another tutorial. You never know, you might make your next favorite project.